Night Team.
You called, we answered. It's time for ABC57 Sound Off. First up is Rebecca in South Bend's Northeast neighborhood.
And I want to sound off about two short blocks on Minor Street between Jacob and Sunnyside. It is littered with debris. It has one home, it looks like a salvage junkyard. We are ashamed of our two blocks here.
St. Joseph County just started its new code enforcement program last month. The county says it's still in the grace period, helping folks get in compliance without issuing fines quite yet. In the meantime, report problems at sjcindiana.com/code. Next is Paul in South Bend, who's upset about an Indiana law letting charter schools buy or lease any unused public school building for $1.
And I'm sounding off because it's not right. It's taking taxpayers' school property, giving it to a private enterprise for only $1.
This law is tying up the South Bend Community School Corporation moving its headquarters to Brown Community Learning Center because a charter school wants it for $1. While you need to talk to your state representative about changing the law, South Bend Schools is inviting parents to weigh in on its facilities planning in a survey up on the district's website right now. PJ in South Bend is upset about crime in the Edison Park neighborhood. Just last month, nearly 24 neighbors woke up with their tires slashed. PJ says it starts with small problems that are being allowed to build up.
Well, Edison Park is having a lot of problems. And sometimes it's just the simple stuff, like when you see a whole street full of vehicles with no plates or expired plates and they don't do anything, you report it, you call 311, you call the police, they say call code, you call code, they say call the police. When you call the police, they say call 311.
Now, South Bend Police is trying to connect with neighborhood associations, HOAs, and watch groups to talk about ways to better serve individual neighborhoods. To take part, SBPD has brought back monthly crime stat meetings the second Wednesday of each month. Folks can join inside the department's auditorium tomorrow night, May 11th at 6:30. A senior on a fixed income is upset with rising electric bills in South Bend.
Our electric bills have increased 2 to 3 times the amount since before COVID. And the electric bill keeps going higher and higher, and no one has an answer.
You're not the only one who's noticed higher bills. In February, I&M had to agree with the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission to reduce base rates for residential customers by nearly 6% by January 2023. In the meantime, go to electricideas.com for tips to help lower that bill. And our final sound off is from Al Wujik. He lives next to Voorde Park, where the basketball court and tennis courts are a mess. Just take a look. You can pull up large chunks of the court that have already broke off. Cracks extend from end to end. The courts have been closed since before the pandemic, with hoops taken down, tennis nets gone, and Al has wondered why.
It's not so much for me, but for the neighborhood children that are in this area that would like to come here and play basketball and tennis. I mean, Indiana's known for basketball, and to have something like this completely shut down for 2 years, to me, is unacceptable.
It's a similar situation at Boland Park, just a short drive away. Kids can't play on these courts, and something needs to be done. So we talked to South Bend Venues Parks and Arts Executive Director Aaron Perry, and he agrees this isn't safe and the city is fixing it.
They're just like your streets, right? They're asphalt, they get potholes, they get cracks, they need sealing. If you look at some of these courts, we have continued to seal them to the point where it looks like a bunch of snakes have crawled all over the court. At some point in time, that routine maintenance just isn't sufficient anymore.
Voorde Park is one of 16 that are set for major repairs and repavement to dozens of basketball, tennis, and pickleball courts in a roughly $1.2 million citywide project. Construction is expected to start this summer, with all courts expected to fully reopen by fall. Folks can head to mysbparksandtrails.com to follow the progress and give input. So are you ready to sound off now? Give us a call at 574-344-5565 or email soundoff@abc57.com.